Alright, we out here. What's up, Josh?
What's good, what's good?
Alright, so fun fact, I've actually known him for a very, very long time, but I haven't seen him in forever because he keeps ignoring me. But now we're here, so you're doing music, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. How'd you get into it?
Honestly, I just started in the 5th grade, and I just stuck with it, and something clicked in me junior year after I went to a concert. And it was actually really inspiring.
Whose concert?
A group called Sphinx. So it's a black and Latino string company that promotes, you know, blacks and Latinos because we're minorities in the field, especially in classical music. So kind of like has a platform for us to compete, to earn scholarship, to network, and kind of promote diversity in the arts. So, but I went to a concert by them, and turned out to be like really inspiring because that was the first time I had seen like someone my same skin color, you know, do like so well. So
did classical music?
Yeah. And so I was like, if they can do that, I can do that too, and I should like really just like grind it out and kind of go after it.
So I used to actually like mess with you all the time about like, because you play the violin or viola? Violin. Yeah. So first time I saw him play the violin, like I used to always say I've never seen a black dude play the violin, and then I saw you on Instagram and I was like, oh, you're actually good.
Like I'm going. Yeah,
like he's actually like really talented. Like I'm gonna link all that like at the video description, all that business. You can check that out later. But like, good for you, man. Like, how many instruments can you play?
Violin for sure.
Oh yeah, violin we got down.
Yeah, a little bit of guitar, viola, and I'm learning piano right now. Yep. So.
Okay, now I've only played the violin for like school purposes because like for me that was like a free A in school. But you're doing it for like a career, right?
Yep.
What is? So is there? Because I know for languages, once you learn like, I've heard I think it's 2 foreign languages. Oh, sorry. Once you learn 2, which means you can speak 3. Like if your native language and you learn 2 languages, the rest after that are like they just kind of click. Exactly. Yeah. Is that what it is with like instruments and music?
It depends. Technique, no. I mean, every instrument has their own technique. Like, for example, violin. There are no frets on there, which means there's basically like no way of knowing where your fingers are supposed to go. So that translates differently from piano, where you have a bunch of keys and you don't know where everything is. But as far as the notes go and like the whole like system of music, yes, that translates. So
yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, because you can't play the violin like you can play a trumpet.
Exactly, but they both have like notes. So like if you can hear what the note is, then you like know, you know what the note is.
So if I heard, like, I have a very limited knowledge of music, by the way, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but so if I heard like an F sharp out of a violin, is it the same F sharp out of a piano and as like a trumpet?
Yep. So that's the universal part about music.
Yeah.
But okay, how you would write it down on paper, you might write it differently, but the same pitch is the same.
And you're producing music too, right?
A little bit.
You just started getting into it?
Yeah.
Okay, how did you start that? Like what programs do you use, and like how did you, like, did you know how to use these programs already? No,
actually when I started making covers and stuff on YouTube that you guys might see through Pary, I just didn't know how to do anything. Like you could see like, well, I took it down, but the first video I put up, it was just me and a microphone, and I just played into the microphone and matched it up with the video. And it sounded terrible, you know.
Oh, it did?
It sounded like absolutely terrible. But then, you know, as I kept going, I got more and more curious. So I would look up how people did certain things. So I would just apply certain things. So I would start using like GarageBand and get a better camera. And then I would upgrade to Logic, that's what I use now. So I would like go in and record all the separate parts and stuff, and then match the audio to the video separately. So that's kind of like my process. About like what I do with that, and it's very like efficient too. It's very like hard to play everything straight through and get it perfect the first time. So if you're able to go in and record like different clips, so everything is like how you want it to sound, that, you know, makes things better. I know it's probably like really confusing, but
no, like that's what I'm actually thinking of is the first video that you did, you took down because you said it wasn't good.
It was not good, but I was also like 12, I think. And
oh, this is a while ago.
It was like a long time ago.
Oh,
I started a long time ago.
I thought this was like a year or two ago.
No.
Oh, okay.
But I stopped for a while.
Wait, they don't know how old you are now.
Oh yeah, I'm 20.
Okay, yeah. So this is 8 years ago that like you posted the first video.
Yeah, I would say. Yep.
Wow.
Right. And it was like nothing serious. I just did it because I saw.
Did it for the love.
Yeah, I saw other people post, and I was like, dang, like I play violin, I want to do that too. But I mean, you know, there's always a learning curve, so. You have to like start somewhere to learn, you know.
No, like absolutely, man. The first stand-up that I did, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It wasn't the best.
It's always rough.
It was not the best. Yeah.
Because then that kind of takes the enjoyment out of it too. Like if you start and you're already like killing and like there's no room to grow, like that's the whole enjoyment. If you can't like enjoy the grind, you know, like you're not gonna really enjoy the reward because you didn't work for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's
my
no. Like that's very, very true. Like it's. I don't know how prodigies do it, because like they're.
No, that's a different story.
Have you heard of these stories where it's like some people get into like a head accident, or, like, and then they just play the piano and they're just, like perfect
someone,
at it?
Yeah, I know someone like that.
Do you hate them? You know someone like that?
Yeah, somebody at my
I
school.
hate those people.
They
like,
have full tuition scholarship.
Oh my god.
He plays piano. He didn't start piano until like high school, but he didn't do anything serious, and then he had to get some kind of blood transfusion. He was like losing like all his blood, like he went into a coma for a couple of days, lost like oxygen to his own brain, and then when he came out of it, he said he just had like a love for jazz, and he put in a little bit of work, and he was just killing. Like it just comes like naturally.
Whose blood did they give him?
I don't.
They're like, man.
I don't know, but like
whoever blood that was, they hooked him up.
Yeah, even like people with like autism and stuff too, like they lack in some areas, but with music, like sometimes like that's where they like make up for it. You know what I mean? Like. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I know, like, and I know engineers especially who they I don't know if it's autism, but like I know what you're talking about. Like they do have some like mental condition that's like they're not good at a lot of things, but the one or two things that they're phenomenal.
Well. Yeah.
They're phenomenal. Like I definitely know people who. With me especially, I mean, so I'm talking to him very easily because like I know him very well. But in general, for me to like talk to somebody else is very difficult because I have trouble understanding other people. Like that's why I'm doing these podcasts in general, and it's easier for me to start off with friends. Yep. But if you put like a math problem in front of me, I'll like kill it.
Yeah.
Like that's. And I mean, I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it manifested. I don't know.
But it's in you.
But it's in me. Like, I don't understand where that came from. It's just like when I see, like, the numbers on a page and when I see just all these different symbols and integrals, to me, it's like, oh, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Whereas to someone else, like, if they see it, they're like, what in the world is going on?
Exactly.
It's the same thing with you in music. If you see a sheet of music, you're like, oh, okay, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But if I see it, I'm like, dude,
exactly.
This looks like foreign language to me, which it kind of is, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's another language. Honestly, music's a whole different language.
That's very true. I found something interesting about learning music and learning how to code. They're very similar.
Really?
Very, very similar. So like, I'm not gonna get too much into like music theory because like I said, I don't pretend like I understand a lot about it. What limited knowledge I do have is from what I learned, like my friends who were like, and from you. If I'm gonna ask, if I have any music questions, I'm asking him. I'm not Googling it because he actually knows what he's doing. But if you're playing a violin, you're playing in a treble clef, right?
Yep, treble clef.
So if you're playing like in a cello or bass, it's a bass clef, right? Yep. Now they're not completely different.
No.
They're related. So that's why that similarity is shown, like if you're coding in C++ or if you're coding in Java or Python, it's the same relation. Yeah. Where it's like treble clef, bass clef, but it's like if you can do one like perfectly, learning the other one, it's not a completely different shift. Yeah, they're very similar.
Exactly.
So this is something I found interesting. Is like they're very similar.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
100%. Yep.
So who is your musical inspiration? So for someone, because I don't know anything about classical music, the only classical artist I know of is like Mozart and like just people that everyone has heard of.
I wouldn't say I have a classical inspiration now because I'm not like really like heavy into classical music right now. But someone that
DJ Khaled.
No. Someone that like
he's my Patronus. Yeah.
Someone that really inspires me like right now is this guy named Pary Johnson. He's a violinist. I found him on YouTube. He does a lot of covers. And he has like over like 100,000 like subscribers on YouTube. It's insane. That's what people see. But like the more that like I looked into it, like the more I found out about his career. And he plays strings on like a bunch of people's albums. So he is like Ariana Grande's like main violinist that she uses for her music. Like he played on.
That's a name I've heard of.
Yeah. I mean, just other like pop artists, whoever, like Diddy, he played for like a whole bunch of people. Big Sean, people like that. Like Ariana's like, yo, like if I need violin on something, you'd be like, yo, Peter, like, can you think of a string part so that you can put on my album? and he'll be like, yeah, I can come play this, I'll produce it for you, and we can work on it together. So that's honestly one of my hugest inspirations, because if I could have a career, that's what I would want. Like just creating music with big artists, and because I don't really want to be in the spotlight, but I love just like collaborating, working with different people, inspiring others too.
Did you wanna, like, have you heard of Hans Zimmer? Or Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Okay, so he makes music primarily for movies.
Yeah.
Whereas Diddy makes music primarily for, well, besides himself, but like his whole like culture and his whole environment.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't see him in a lot of movies.
Right.
Is there an area of music that you want to enter?
I would say like R&B, hip hop.
Okay.